Today is May 12th. For the perfect gifts for mom, head to the Nordic Ware factory store. You'll find beautiful baking pans and tools to make her day. And don't forget, Nordic Ware has gift cards for use in the store. Mention this promotion and receive 5% off your purchase when you visit the Nordic Ware factory store in St. Louis Park.
All right, I know a lot of you guys can relate to this. You've got maybe a soccer game tonight, or baseball like we do, maybe volleyball, whatever sport or event you need to get out the door for. Sandwiches are always a quick meal, right?
Okay, but what if your bread is a little bit stale or dried out? No worries. Turn the sandwich into a salad, and then you use the old bread to make homemade croutons. I've long been singing the praises of a homemade crouton. Rachael Perron from Kowalski's is going to show us how it's done. One should not buy croutons, Rachael.
No, one should not buy croutons.
I know you sell them, but making them is so easy and they're delicious.
They're like 100 times better than anything that you can buy. They're just so good. As a matter of fact, I often will think, I don't really like salad for dinner, but if you put some good homemade croutons on it, I'm like, I am 100% in.
Yeah, because what makes a salad better? Bread.
But don't you have to worry about the bread like growing mold on it or not?
Well, it's not that old.
It's just stale. So it's not,
and it doesn't even have to be stale. I want to be clear about that. If it's 2 days old, great. It's just a great way to use up those last little bits of bread that you maybe haven't used up, you know.
For sure. Okay. Or if you buy like these artisan-y loaves, like a lot of times you're not going to use that end part.
Right.
So then you save that for croutons. So how do you make them? Because I usually do mine on the stovetop.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm very hands-off, and I'm kind of lazy to sway it. But in any case, the first thing you want to do is get a really good bread. So like I don't recommend sandwich bread or anything in like the conventional bread aisle. That's you know, not got a great crust on it or not like a big open airy texture. This is actually called our Bella bread. It's a ciabatta style bread. It's really light and airy. You can see there's just big holes in it. This is a great bread for making croutons.
I want to eat that.
But really any of this artisan bread will work well. You want something that's got a really good crust on it, like
that's good.
That's nice. And then you've got something that's got an open texture. Like this is our steakhouse table bread. Actually, this one would be a really good one.
What are you going to do? Whoa, look at you.
Whoa, easy.
Fear.
No, and you know, you can cut this up, but I'll let you do this too. You just pull it into little bits like you might want. I like the little shattered.
One for the bowl, one for me. One for the bowl, one for me.
But look at this again. It's got this nice open airy texture. It's kind of soft, but it's not too soft. It's got a nice crust on the outside. I like to tear it rather than cut it, but if you like nice, even, square croutons, that can be your thing too. That's totally fine.
I always cut it. I'm loving the simplicity of. I'm loving your method though. I want to do your method, and I want to have my children do this.
I am telling you the reason why I like it, Elizabeth, is because, and you try one here. These are done. They taste better. They're crunchier. They shatter in your mouth. They've got a great crispy texture.
I like the like jagged edges. I know I've been doing it wrong.
Well, it looks more homemade like that.
And
you know,
also,
when you do it so uniform, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
So it's great for that reason too. So anyway, tear up your bread or cut it if you choose, and then use a really good olive oil. I don't recommend a neutral flavored like canola, safflower, something like that. You want something with a little bit of flavor. And for a whole loaf of bread, I probably would use about 3 tablespoons of oil, which sounds like a lot, but you want everything to be lightly coated. Once it's stirred together, you shouldn't see any oil in the bottom of the bowl, but also everything should look like it's got a little bit of a sheen on it.
Shiny.
Let's talk seasoning.
Yes, let's do that.
So salt is a must for croutons. I mean, you have to have a little salt on there to bring out all the flavor.
Okay.
But the other thing I want to suggest is clear out your spice drawers. This is Monday meal. You want to use things that you have that you want to use up. So if you've got garlic powder, onion powder, you have, you know, oregano, basil, any of the green herbs. Fresh herbs are great too. Yep, there's a little rosemary, little thyme. I also love these seasoning blends. You know, you might have this and think, well, what am I ever going to use this whole jar of this? It's pizza seasoning. I use it on everything, pasta sauce, pizza, you know, whatever. But this is a great way to get a whole bunch of herbs all at one time.
That's so smart because you can't, guys, you cannot keep those blends forever.
No.
Like they can't be sitting in there from 2015 because they have no flavor. Like you want to buy smaller containers and use them.
Right. So, but like I said, this one I think is great because I use it for everything. But I love that it has oregano, garlic, onion, salt, crushed red pepper, you know, basil. It's everything all at once.
Yeah.
Anyway, put it on a sheet pan, 325 degrees, 10 to 15 minutes. Just check on them every so often to make sure that they're not getting too dark. They won't be perfectly crisp like they are here when you first pull them out. You need to let them sit for like 10, 15 minutes just to cool off. They will continue to get a little crisper.
Okay, that's a great tip.
They cool down. Because if you're pulling right out of the oven, you think, oh, they're not done yet. They're not crunchy. They're just warm. Pull them out. Let them firm up at room temperature. They'll be good.
Okay.
salad.
Yes, salad. Let's get to the salad.
Let's get to the salad. So we've got a Reuben style salad, but we're doing it Rachael style. So a Reuben's typically made with corned beef. I like turkey. That's what you call
And your
a
name
Rachael.
is Rachael.
It's not named after
Whatever.
me. It's named after a traditional sandwich.
This is a
but
nepotism salad.
One of my favorites. So I've mentioned this before. This is deli turkey. This is our oven gold from Boar's Head. I just like using deli meats in Monday meals because I think it's really easy. If you
So
want
easy.
ham, turkey, roast beef, whatever, it's just convenient. Same thing with the cheeses. It's a little bit of Swiss cheese, which is obviously typical of a Rachael. And then I'm going to put on some sauerkraut, maybe some of these beautiful like farmhouse
look
style
at those
pickles.
Pickles is a good
I
idea.
know.
Yeah,
we
I mean,
gotta try this.
If you ever have pickles that you just have sitting around, put them in your salad. They're great. So everything that would go on the sandwich is otherwise going here. We're going to use our fresh Thousand Island dressing, maybe a little bit of fresh chives, some caraway seeds, and of course you can't forget the gorgeous croutons.
Okay.
Yep.
The whole reason we made this
you got
was
the
so we could
sauerkraut
have
in there, right?
croutons.
This-
Sauerkraut on the salad.
This tastes like a restaurant. Like, that's how good. It's because every layer has flavor.
That's what it is. This is so good.
Rachael, this is delicious. I'm so happy that I have this. Recipes are on TwinCitiesLive.com.
Both of them. Yep.
And make those croutons yourself. Big thanks to the Nordic Ware Factory Store for presenting our Monday night meals. You can visit them in St. Louis Park. Save 5% when you mention Twin Cities Live. Great Mother's Day gift ideas there.
Awesome.